Countries opening up for inoculated tourists, a new COVID wave in Europe, an Australian couple is stranded in Central America but sailing all the way home. We have a 21-year-old crossing the Atlantic solo, and we have the Totem Family. They have been sailing for 13 years. Article from The Independent. The first Caribbean nation to welcome vaccinated tourists is Belize. We have in Europe, Cyprus, it's declaring it will open to vaccinated UK holidaymakers. This is from May the 1st, obviously this year. Then no longer do you need to have a negative COVID-19 PCR test or be subject to quarantine. Iceland is going further. It says that eligible US citizens are welcome back. And for EU and also for Switzerland, if you can prove you have been vaccinated, you'll be exempt from testing. You'll be also do not have to have any quarantine requirements on arrival. Article from the SCMP on Asia. Thailand eyeing the same thing, plans for vaccine passports and quarantine waivers to reopen travel to potentially what they hope millions of tourists. They're scrapping the 2-week quarantines for inoculated visitors as well. And then a totally different part of the world, Seychelles. They are days away from herd immunity after the coronavirus vaccinations successfully rolled out 70%, that's 70% of the island's population. Some people go further. Article from The Verge, Japanese billionaire looking for 8 people to join him on the moon voyage on the SpaceX rocket. His name is Yusaku Maezawa, and he announced this contest to ride on a SpaceX ship around the moon, as a matter of fact, and he wants to have people of all kinds of backgrounds to join. He said in a video that was posted 2 weeks ago on Tuesday. At that point, the application went live. I applied myself. I've done the first 2, I think, stages already, but there will be a total of 10 to 12 people, so good luck to me. He will be inviting 8 people to come along. Now, different story here in the UK, a £5,000 fine for anyone in England trying to travel abroad without any good reason. This will come into force next week as part of a new coronavirus law. The earliest date that people in England can go abroad again will be the 17th of May. Okay, next article is from MedPage Today. They're asking, when is it actually safe? When is it ethical to travel again? What they do say in the article is every day is 1 day closer to the end of this pandemic. Okay, article from Daily Mail on the 6th of March. Australian couple, we have Jake and Tamara, and they're stranded overseas. They made a bold decision to sail home from Central America all the way to Australia, this after wasting thousands and thousands of dollars on cancelled flights. They have absolutely zero experience, so they have no experience whatsoever on the water, but they will go 14,000 kilometers home. So they're recording their adventures online under the name Lockdown Travelers. They were traveling through Central America, obviously, when the pandemic hit. And I wish them good luck. Okay, it's an article from Daily Mail talking about Jasmine Harrison, 21-year-old from the UK, which is great. She became the youngest woman to row the Atlantic Ocean solo. She was competing in the 2020 Talisker Whiskey Atlantic Challenge. It's a 3,000-mile trip. She started off from the Canary Islands. That's in Spain. Late 2020, she ended up in Antigua. 70 days later, 70 days, 3 hours and 48 minutes to be exact. She broke the world records. She had quite a few problems as well, I must say. She injured her elbow badly when the boat capsized during the night, and she almost collided with a drilling ship. That said, she made history. She saw quite a bit of marine life, and most importantly, she hopes that this will serve as an inspiration to young people. Okay, this brings me to a podcast that I did with Behan and Jamie Gifford, the Totem Family, as they're well known. They have been sailing the world for 13 years with their family. They talked with me about sustainability, about sailing, all the aspects of sailing, the good, the bad, but they still love it. Have a listen.
We'll move from place to place, and we can go out to islands that are uninhabited. and enjoy them thoroughly. And so, of course, there's climate change, and the traditional weather patterns are different around the world. We've been in areas where the monsoonal winds should be one thing, and they're not.
One time that occurred to us, which was sailing across the Indian Ocean, and we were in an atoll in the middle of the Indian Ocean, and the coral was bleaching. It was dying. This bleaching it expels all the zooxanthellae that live inside there, which are what give it color, which is like a last gasp of saving itself because of the increase in the temperature of the water.